With Julie, we're gonna talk about a little bit how the positive life and negative stuff too, because I know in life people always show negative stuff about people, but not a positive stuff. When I'm looking at the social media, they not really show you the positive stuff about people. They show you more negative stuff. That's why I come
Right.
with this channel and with this project and called Untold Stories, because
Okay.
I know
Mhm.
people born for a purpose. Everybody has something positive and negative in life.
Mhm.
Everybody make mistake, My
Right.
mistake might not be your mistake, and your mistake might not mine. You understand that?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's why I come to share this with the whole world. They're gonna see this, and I see some media, social media, they ignores all of that. Okay, I'm glad you say again your name.
My name's Julie
Okay, Julie.
McManus.
Okay, Julie, how old are you?
I'm 46.
Okay, 46. What's your current situation right now?
My current situation is I live here in a studio apartment in Harding Place. I am currently unemployed,
Okay,
so I don't receive any type of check from the government to help.
okay.
They help with rent, but there's still some that's not covered. So it's real hard right now.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I feel it. Okay, but what you used to do before you came
Before
from
I
this?
was in marketing for vacation ownership, timeshare resorts.
Okay.
I did that. I used to sell attraction tickets to Disney and the theme parks in Orlando and Tampa.
Okay, then
Yeah.
I used to do that mean you have skills that the positive stuff from you. Okay, but what you doing for living now?
For living now,
Uh-huh.
I'm not really doing anything
Okay.
that is, well, taxable,
Okay,
shall
okay.
I
Do you like
say.
how do you feed yourself? You beg for money or hustling something like that?
Yeah, I hustle. Like right now, I have like 15 vapes I'm trying to sell
Okay,
for
okay.
like $5 each.
Okay, that
Like
means
brand new
okay that oh
vapes.
you do business too.
So I do anything,
Okay, okay.
kind of to make money to get
Oh, okay,
by.
okay. Oh, that's how you do business, women. You do business. Yeah,
Yeah, right, I
definitely
do
glad to.
business.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Oh, glad to hear this. Okay, do you have like siblings, something like that?
My brothers and sisters are older,
Okay, older.
about 15 years older than me, and they live in Ohio,
Ohio.
so
Okay.
they're not close by. My family and I aren't real close anymore after my parents have passed.
Oh,
So
okay. Oh, are you originally from Ohio or here?
originally Ohio, but
Ohio.
I've been here since 2007.
2007. A long time
Hmm.
ago. Okay. Do you have kids, something like that?
I do over in East Tennessee. I have one daughter
Oh, one
who
other.
is 15.
Okay, 15.
I moved from that area to
Mhm.
Nashville
Mhm.
about 5.5 years ago.
Okay. Where is
Yeah.
she now? Where is
She is in East Tennessee,
East Tennessee?
Gatlinburg
Okay.
area.
With dad or
With her father,
the
yes.
father? Okay, okay. Okay. Do you still have contact with your father? Something like
I
that?
do occasionally. I call. I don't have a phone right now, so I haven't spoke to them in a couple of months. But I try to, say hello when I can.
Okay. But if you need to see her, you know where to find her.
I believe so, but where we haven't seen each other in so long that it's
Mhm.
kind of yeah.
It's so long ago, but that's sad. I know it's
I
I know
really
that.
haven't reached out with my situation not being so good. I tend to not want to reach out to family and loved ones because I'm not doing so well,
Okay,
and
okay.
until things get a little better, and I keep saying that when things get better, I'll reach out, but as time goes by, it gets further and longer, and
Okay,
you
okay,
know,
okay. Okay, you see no help from the government, not from somebody else.
not right
Okay,
now.
they
No, they help with rent,
with rent. Okay,
but there's still a portion that's not, and so they have me in back
okay, okay, okay.
payment. So
Okay, okay, okay. Tell me about your health. Do you like? I know a lot of people used to do blue, something like that. You used to do stuff like that too.
and do what?
Blue, like a type of drug, something like that.
Oh yeah. Occasionally, I do. I smoke.
Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah, a little bit on the foil.
okay,
It helps,
okay.
with
It's a
pain,
okay pen. Okay, it's
and
to
just
get to
Yeah.
sleep too?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
because
don't sleep unless I have something to help me. I'll stay up for a couple of days at a time
okay, okay.
and then get real tired and
Oh,
then I'll hit a little bit on the foil and go to sleep.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel comfortable in this room, Mahi? And I
Oh,
see
it's so
the car.
small
It's too
that
small.
and I
Yeah, I
have
see
so
it.
much stuff
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not much of a hoarder, but I have a hard time with organization,
Mm-hmm.
organizing things and throwing things out because I see so much um, sentimental things, life and objects that it's
Mm-hmm.
hard for me to put them in the dumpster.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
understand. Okay, but how many people live here with you?
just myself
Not just
and
yourself.
my dogs
Oh, your dogs. Okay.
and
Oh,
my
dogs. Oh,
dogs.
your dogs. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any pet? You don't have any pet? Like that?
No.
Okay. No, but
Mm-mm.
you have too much responsibility.
Yeah.
You might not have to. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm single. It's kind of
Okay.
like a
Okay.
bachelorette.
Okay. But since you talk about single, how long you been single?
Since me and my little girl's dad split up,
Mm-hmm.
we never were married, but we were together 11 years. So I've been single for a long
For a
time.
long time.
I dated for a few years,
A few
but
years. Okay.
a guy, but
Okay, but it's everywhere.
we 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 split up about 5 years ago when I
Mm-hmm.
moved here.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, tell me when you're hustling outside, like how much money you make a day?
It just depends on the people. Typically like right about $100, 60 to 100 on a good day.
Uh-huh.
On a bad day, 20, 40,
20, 40.
something
Oh,
like that.
oh, okay, okay, okay. But
But not every day.
not every day. Okay, not every
No,
day.
some
Is there
days. Some
any day
days.
you used to have a $0 no
I
money?
made $10 today. I sold three of those vapes, and
Oh,
that's way too low.
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. That can I have that. I understand that.
No.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Like when you say how much money they pay you and to sleep with you, stuff like that.
Um. Well, the lowest is 20.
20, okay.
Yeah, the lowest is 20, and the highest is like 200. I got one time.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Do people come here or in the street, in the car? I know people.
Occasionally, occasionally, if it's quiet, I
Mhm,
might have somebody come here,
mhm.
but mainly out there.
Out there,
Yeah,
okay.
usually we park someplace
Okay,
and do our business.
to do a business. Yeah, I understand that. Okay, okay. But tell me, in this business, do you used to like people harm you or like hurting you, like make you sleep with
I
you and
I
what
have a
you
very good
and get
sixth
paid?
sense, I think,
Uh-huh.
where I can feel the energy
Hmm.
and I flight.
Okay.
It's like fight or flight. I flight.
Okay, okay.
So I'm real quick on picking up on
Uh-huh.
hand motions,
Hmm.
body language,
Okay.
and I'll eject myself from the
From the
situation
situation,
completely.
okay, because
So I've been very lucky.
yeah, because one of the lady I talked with, they say, yeah, they got raped, and people got robbed, something like that, and we put that to the police. I said that's sad.
I've been robbed a couple of
A
times.
couple times, okay.
I've been sexually assaulted,
Mm-hmm.
but which I know a lot of people probably say, well, it's hard to be sexually assaulted when you were just getting ready to sleep with them.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a big difference when they're holding a knife and taking your money and making, and like not very nice about it. So, yeah.
Yeah, because I know there is a lot of wrong stuff out there. Yeah, okay. But do you report that to police after that?
Not
Not really.
really.
Okay, I think you should report that because if they you not report that, they think, I can still do this to her,
I
and
know.
she will never report that to the police. You
I
understand?
know.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, okay. You say you okay? What your mom dad still alive or something?
No,
Okay,
my
they pass away.
mother's deceased. She passed when I was right before when I was 29,
Mm-hmm.
and my father passed when I was 14.
Oh, 14.
So
Okay, okay.
my mom remarried,
Mm-hmm.
and we moved from Ohio to Florida, and then I traveled for about 8, 10 years
10
doing
years.
the
Okay,
marketing.
okay.
And then when I met my little girl's dad, we stayed stationary in Gatlinburg. When we split up, is when I started hustling on the streets to take care of myself. It was
Okay.
easier when I got on the foil. It was easier than trying to work a regular 9 to 5 job because it, I wasn't dependable. I would have to have something before going to work. I'd have to have something when I got off work. And you can't hustle the money during the day before a paycheck. So it interferes immediately.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But before that, you used to work, right?
I did.
Okay, where you
Hmm.
used to work before?
Well, I worked all over the country. I used to work in Nassau, the Bahamas. I worked
Oh,
in Vegas. I
okay.
worked, I mean, all over the states. Just for different companies,
Different companies.
timeshare resorts.
Okay. Okay, I'm glad to hear this. That's see this. That anything can happen. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
can, and it really shows you who people really are when you don't have those things anymore. You really see
Yeah.
who's really your friend and who's not.
Not your friend.
So this is one of my friends. He's
Okay, okay,
borrowing
okay.
the shower.
Okay,
He's
okay, guys.
currently on the
That's it.
street also.
Oh, okay, that's okay.
He's
Nice.
just a friend.
Okay,
He's
okay.
not.
Shower, yeah, I hear it. Okay. Yes, because it is hot outside.
It is. It's hot in here too. I can turn the air on if
Yeah,
you
but
like.
that's
Yeah.
good. No,
Are you
it's
sure?
okay.
Okay.
We almost done.
Okay.
Because I'm about to leave. Okay, well, I'm glad I hear a lot of negative and positive stuff about you and you used to work before and you do little business and even if you're hustling in the street, but you have good stuff in you. I'm glad to hear that. Get robbed or something like that. And you say you used to get robbed, not really raped by people.
Not many, but there have been some situations that happen. I was punched, and that's how this loss.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I know that happens to anybody that hustling in this week. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up. Okay, if it happens, someone wants to reach out to you for donation, something like that. Is there any contact information?
I don't have a current phone number to
Okay.
call. But if they can call your platform and
Okay,
leave a
okay,
message,
okay.
or
Contact
and
me
then
or
you
okay.
can,
Yeah,
yeah, you
because
can let me
I'll
know.
come back here for you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
okay. You're welcome. What's the name again? I keep
Julie,
Julie. Okay,
yeah.
Julie. I met Courtney and I forgot the name of the other lady.
Courtney and Angie, probably.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, they're.
yeah.
I know
Okay,
them.
nice to meet you. I like the hospitality you take me in your apartment, and I
It's a
meet you
little
today.
messy.
It's been a pleasure to meet you. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up the video. We're gonna stop.